all. Today I want to explain and give some tips about macro final teaching practice. Let's see that now. As we enter into the class, externals will be sitting right before us, just like how I am facing you, opposite to me. Yes or no? So as soon as you come, the first and foremost thing you're going to do is write your name and the roll number and the subject. It will already be written like this, and also the date. Now this is the first part. Okay? After this, you have to take the chalk and divide the board into half. And just because I wrote it here, it doesn't mean you have to write this much big. You can write it to a corner here in a small line. Okay? Now, today I am going to teach English. So, over about the board rules, never face your back to the camera, to the audience. That is the first rule. You should never face back to the externals who are sitting opposite to you. Second thing is, write your lesson name here and start from one side, and then once after the side is finished, then go to the another side. Don't make the whole board clumsy. It won't look good and that doesn't give you any marks. First do your left part, then come to the right part of the board. Is it clear? Now the next one is, hold your book like this and stand here. And from here itself you have to explain everything. Don't know like this or like this. Just stand here and take the class. Otherwise you can move the entire stage, but never face your back to the audience. Okay? Now coming to the lesson. How can I explain tomorrow? Which means this is the doubt of many people. How can I present the final teaching practice? Yes? Okay. Don't worry. I'm here for you. So, the first thing, okay, I'm directly going into an action because this is also the external for me as well. I'll share my experience, like how I did my teaching practice in my micro level, reflective level, and in the internship level. So that can help you. I'm not an expert here, but I'm just sharing with my friends some of my tips so that even they can be helpful. Yes? Okay. Good morning, ma'am. Good morning, staff and all my dear students. Myself, my name is, you can say myself or leave it, because most of the people don't accept to tell myself, which is not a correct thing. So just say, I am Srirangam NC Sri Padmavalli, going to deal social or English class for today. Then straightly move on to the students. Good morning all of you. How are you all? Let's discuss some interesting topics today. Here today I am with a new interesting and everlasting topic, that is lesson 4, environment. Make sure you're not turning completely, only this much, okay? Don't turn completely like this. Now, after writing environment, what are you going to do? Discuss the face sheet. Students, open the lesson environment. Before we go into the lesson, I want to show you something which you're waiting a lot to see. How is this? So beautiful, right? What all you can see here? All the living beings living together in a same place happily. This is what all the people want to see. But this is the dream world, not the reality. The reality is what we see daily. Pollution, harming the living beings, harming the animals. Yes or no? But don't you think a nature should be like this? Don't you think that we also have to live in this kind of place? Yes. So now moving forward, let's go into the lesson environment. I'm not getting this lesson faster. This, can you see this? Completely opposite to the one which I've shown you just before. This is a reality. Like if you see the news, if you see the day by day circumstances, everything are related to this kind of things. Like the endangered animals. Like can you see any dinosaurs nowadays? In the same way, even the people are killing this elephants, deers for their skin, for their tooth, for their claws, etc. So this is very harsh. Yes? So let's discuss about the lesson now. What is men without beast? What is men without beast? What did you understand by this word? What is a man without beast? Before going into a lesson, let's go to a glossary chart. Okay, let's read a paragraph first. First, don't go. This is a blunder mistake what everyone does. So after seeing this lesson, announcing the topic, first you have to do the silent reading. So ask the students to silently read the lesson, the first paragraph for 5 minutes. Students, before going into this topic, please go through your lesson once. Done 5 minutes? Now, teaching by the teacher. Students, I am reading the lesson now. Please listen very attentively. People choose different ways to protect the environment. Yes, some people think just to plant trees. Some people way of thinking is don't throw the waste outside. And some people will be neither protect nor harm. They just live their way. That's it. Their intention is not to protect. Their intention is not to harm. They just live a normal life. So everyone has their own views of protecting the environment. Here is the speech delivered by a Red Indian chief settled more than a century ago to save his land. This kind of words we can see only in the lessons, right? So just think, students, if our grandfathers or our ancestors did not leave this space to us, then how we could live? How we could survive? How we could know that this is the nature? Just now we have seen a beautiful scenery. This is how everyone wants to live. But the reality is this. So, we are just destroying the beautiful nature. Don't you think so? So, Chief Skit becomes world famous for a moving speech he made in 1854. Just before his lands we were taken from him and his people. Few people will be having the love for his land, the love for his nature, etc. Only about them we will be studying today. But don't you think we should also become one of them? Not only we should make all of them participate in that. Okay? So this is not the nature that is only owned by them. So they are protecting it. It is ours also, right? Trees and nature gives us oxygen. Environment gives us oxygen. And this is like an ecosystem living together, which means biodiversity. Different kinds of species living together. Yes? So, based on this, students, I want to give you an activity for today. Are you all interested? Okay, let's do a small activity today. So by saying this, your first part segment is done. First, you have introduced yourself. Then you have declared the topic. Then you have given the silent reading to the students. And the one thing to remember here before going into the activity is, first ask them to underline the difficult words. Okay? So, underline the difficult words, then find out the meanings from the pocket dictionary. Then go on for an activity. Okay? Maybe my points are little bit shuffling, but don't confuse. Okay? Let's do it. 2-3 times if you do, you will get it. So I am telling you again and again. First, come into the class, introduce yourself, then declare the topic, then show the face sheet and all the TLMs, whatever you bought, not all at once. According to the topic, step by step, you can show the TLMs. It's not like you have got 10 TLMs and you are showing all together, all of them at once. People get bored, no matter how interesting they are. So don't show all at a time. Now as I shown you this one, this chart, so show this and keep quiet. Then go into a lesson. Read the lesson, show the face sheet, read a paragraph, then ask them to underline the difficult words, then find the meanings from the glossary or from a pocket dictionary. Then give an activity. Now coming to your activity. Students, I want you to divide into groups. Like I want the class to divide into 4 groups. And I want you all to perform skit on the protection of nature. You have your own ideas, you have your own thoughts, so let's do it. Okay? Take a different stories like how you can protect the nature, how you can protect the environment, and the main theme is you have to show the lesson name. What is a man without beast? This is what the question that should arrive in anyone's mind as soon as they see your skit. Okay? So done. Now I want to give a small home assignment. Okay, done with the activity, done with everything. So you have explained, you have given the important activity here. Before that you have also asked them to underline the difficult words. Now the final thing is giving the home assignment. Students, on the part of this lesson, let's do our first and interesting activity. So the class never ends without a beautiful homework. Agreed? So let's have a beautiful homework today. So what all you have learned today, I want to test your knowledge based on this lesson. So why not get me a few beautiful words about this nature and environment? So write an essay about 160 words upon environment and get it tomorrow for the class. I want to see it. Okay? Close.